We live on location.
Live on location.
Shout out to the knuckleheads, Q Rich and Darius Miles. Shout out to y'all. We're in the living room, you know what I mean, today. As always, every week. Like, we're on our 9th episode, fellas. We're about to celebrate a 10th one coming up, a 10th episode. Not too many other podcasts out there that are up to their 10th episode coming up. So
That keep going with it.
Exactly. So it's like, it's a big thing to be a part of. I think the growth that we're all showing individually and collectively, I think it's crazy. Not crazy. I don't want to use crazy anymore, but I feel like just our development and our growth and our being disciplined in the process of like getting to our 9th episode and beyond. So it's definitely something to celebrate. I don't know how you guys feel about being nine deep balls into these episodes.
Yeah. Don't include me. Do not include me in foolishness, my nigga.
But you know what I'm saying? Like being able to like celebrate nine joints, 9 episodes, and where we started. Like, any thoughts on that?
I mean, I like the progress. We're doing good. I mean, keeping the momentum going. Keep it going.
That's it. That's all you guys say. You're not excited. You don't seem excited.
No. I
Excited.
didn't get my thought out. And that's what it was. This was just a thought, and look where we at.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big thing for me. It's like literally just a thought, and here months later we are doing this comfortably. I don't know if y'all know this.
You can't play this. Turn this off. I mean, YouTube.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I wanted him to segue into what he wanted.
But it was nice. I mean, because the fact is, like, the reason why we're paying Big and J in the back of the videos, we got a GOAT that's celebrating his birthday today.
Word.
December 4th, you know what I mean? One of the greatest entertainers.
Yeah, this wasn't even planned, tell you the truth. He still owned it, right? Do say?
If I believe so, if I do say so myself. You know what I'm saying? See how I did that there? Like any favorite moments, any favorite songs, any favorite like just moments in your life where you can remember a Jay-Z joint or a line?
Yeah, he's my favorite artist, so...
Okay, talk about it.
I mean, I'll let him go.
I think he's the best rapper.
To ever do it?
Yeah, maybe he ain't my favorite. I don't know. My favorite be changing. But consistently, I think he number one as far as the best.
Why does it change? Because he goes.
As far as personal favorites, you know, you go through and.
No, I'm just asking because of the fact that like he goes away for a couple of years and then someone else kind of. Steps up.
Yeah, sometimes you know, get into my little different bags and something. You know what I mean? So.
Favorite song, favorite album of Jay?
My favorite album that I just felt personally, the one that I connected to the most, maybe not the best that I think lyrically, and when I go back and think about it, maybe not the best song-wise, but the one that I felt the most that hit me during my lifetime was Magna Carta. When that came out, I felt like Jay. Like, for some reason, I just felt...
The growth?
Yeah, like I felt like the moment in time that he was in, like I felt like I understood it. Not that I was going through it, but I felt like it was just a fly moment he was having. It just felt like a good...
Black excellence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it felt like maybe he reached black excellence at that point in his mind. Maybe he was there previously, but to him, maybe like it felt like...
He cemented it at that point.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
I feel like throughout his albums, he's definitely created the life that he wanted to live.
Absolutely.
Manifestation, right? Like that's something that he did beautifully. And like my favorite album is like The Blueprint because I remember like chasing this football dream and traveling from Norwalk, Connecticut, all the way to like Pennsylvania. Me and my boy Ray Simmons, Zacomo Richards, we were chasing a dream. And every couple times a week, we would drive to PA. Trying to make a roster. You know what I mean? Trying to make a roster. And what was blaring? Blueprint. So that album is like super near and dear. You know what I'm saying? So it just and no skips. Party up. It's just, he's a great storyteller to me. So shout out to Jay.
See, they be skipping Magna Carta. That's not even listed up there, huh?
Facts. I mean, because it's some of his newer body of work.
Nobody really talk about that. But for some reason, that album, like, I don't know.
Nah, it's slaps because one of my favorite lines is, "Don't be good, my nigga, be great."
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So like, that's like, it's one of my art pieces, honestly. And I see that shit every day when I go into my little art studio.
Right.
Or my portion of my apartment that's art.
So that's definitely a little connection to you on the daily.
So like from just the gems that he drops and just his growth, like I think it's just my nigga, he had niggas change clothes. Right? Like,
bro, he has great music overall. Just grown music.
Yo, what?
I'm just saying, like,
I didn't even want to.
But I'm saying, on this occasion, but think about it, right? Like,
you got to
my nigga,
respect his name on his birthday. You know what I mean?
But, just got we went from baggy clothes to button ups, jerseys to button ups. You know what I'm saying? Just like
that's true.
The refinery of like what we can do, and then kudos to us to like changing and always being of change and always being the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Jay-Z, our era, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's our era. That was through our school years.
Exactly.
I feel like Jay-Z is one of those type of artists, like you appreciate him more as you get older as well. Because you like what exactly. when I turned 30, I was playing 30 something on my But like the older I get, the more I appreciate his music, even going back further, because I'm now able to digest it. Because in a Haitian household, ain't no such thing as hip hop, no rap, none of that in the 90s.
You know what I mean? So you get away with a little Wyclef.
Wyclef was on there. You might get 30 seconds. You might get 30 seconds.
Why were they against Jay or just hip hop?
That's just their generalizations
old
of what
school.
old school generalizations of what that image really meant. Like
the glorification of like the other side.
Yeah, like they didn't acknowledge it, and there was a lot of negative connotation to it. I think now they're more open to it because
but they have no choice really at this point.
They got no choice because I be going in there. My little cousin be playing like rap music all the time, and it's like, oh, you're that comfortable?
The great kids got that flexibility, bro, where they can do whatever. Like the parents, I mean, obviously the child, right? You went through hell, but the grandbabies. But grandparents you see them in a different light.
But you see the type of the music is different. The quality is different now. So it's different music he's playing, and I'm like, yo, how is this happening?
Would you want to go through another fight, my nigga, with your grandparent? You don't want to go through another fight.
Nah, but it's just not fair. Like if I had to go through it, he got to go through it too.
Nah, son,
that's not fair, bro.
The grandbabies, dog, they get that treatment in the culture.
That's what it is
in the culture.
But looking back on it, they was right. Look what the music did to our culture.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
In hindsight,
so.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe we should be stopping them from listening to it.
Yeah, true.
Speaking of music and culture, did y'all see this little beef between Joe Budden and NBA YoungBoy?
Nah.
I caught up on it a little bit. Like,
talk about it.
Nah. The typical Joe, you know.
Because I know he said something about like the fact that like he's not hot anymore.
Nah, he just called him trash.
First he said the music was trash. He said, I watched it today, right? I'll be watching the Joe Budden podcast, so shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
But he was going over his catalog, and he's basically been saying since the label stopped pushing him and stopped giving him that extra bump and feeding them to the kids.
Yeah. As
far as pushing out their music, because NBA YoungBoy was, I guess, big on YouTube and social media, that type of thing.
Blew up, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess he was dominating there. But like when you look back on it, Joe Budden was going over the music sales, and it wasn't that. So it's like the culture different nowadays. So it kind of looks sometimes like the label and stuff be pushing the people down your throat or pushing certain people, certain type of images.
Of course, because that's how they get paid, right?
Yes. So you would think that NBA YoungBoy is Drake selling out records like that, but he not. So. And Joe Budden was reflecting that in the music, saying that the music is trash. So that's what he was saying. And then bang.
But I'm saying Leo Cohen at one point was the director of YouTube Music. So he probably found YoungBoy. And then, like, we need bodies. We need a body count so we can get kicked back on our investment.
Shout out to Damon Dash.
Culture vultures, right? Like they kind of come into our culture, steal it. You know what I'm saying? Steal it from us and then sell it back to us, sell our trauma back to us. So it's like
you seen how quick they was to put John Moran under the scope because it was his music.
Exactly.
And all that. But
so it's like
that's who.
That's the single he was listening to when he had the second in the Jeep.
Oh, so maybe NBA YoungBoy is popping. Maybe he is popping. Or maybe the downfall of John Moran coincided with NBA YoungBoy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It could.
I don't know these niggas, man.
Yeah. These new niggas, this new music is crazy. I don't know. But culturally, like, speaking of culture, Josh Giddey and his situation.
What was Josh Giddey bumping?
Giddy up.
No, I'm saying culturally, because white culture, black culture is different.
And Australia, what is he? Australian?
He's Australian.
Australian.
Exactly. So that culture is totally different from ours. So Like in America, that shit doesn't fly, my nigga. And
we still don't know the details per se.
Allegedly, right?
Yeah,
but we don't know exactly. But the fact that they're sweeping the shit under the rug and not making it a thing and not making it headline news every day.
I think
the fact that they're not talking about it is crazy. But when you really look at it, what is there to talk about?
Him having an underage relationship with a minor.
In OKC, 16 is the legal limit, I believe. That's what they be saying. That's what they've been saying.
I didn't hear that. I just didn't hear it. But
ain't nobody got their phone to look that shit up. Yeah, look that joint up. Oklahoma?
Because like we were talking about, because of the fact that Andrew Bogut said that the OKC Thunder knew about it from a year ago. It kind of kept it under the rug.
16 years old?
So 16. Where he's from, Australia, legal limit, legal age of consent is 16.
Bro, that's...
So the NBA is probably going to cover it up because at worst it's just a public relations nightmare that you can't do nothing about, technically.
That's crazy, dog.
That is, right?
Do you feel like they knew this shit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
but granted, I think
they definitely knew it before we did.
A lot, and obviously
how much further, or how much earlier?
A year, definitely. They know about this.
I'm saying you think it's been more than a year. Obviously, that's all they're giving off.
But we don't know. Honestly, we don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and this is it. Do you think this is the first, Carmelo?
Yeah. I mean, they're saying the parents don't. They're saying the parents ain't even coming forward.
Yeah, they're not cooperating.
So I don't know if that's a red flag or something.
And homegirl didn't feel like a victim.
That's crazy, dog.
Not that matters.
Yeah.
But that just shows the mind state of where things could be. If the parents don't feel like a victim, she don't feel like a victim.
But I thought it was negative that they're not.
But nigga, the thing is, like, these fucking kids are 16 years. How are you making this a thing at 16? These niggas don't know what the fuck's going on at 16 years old to make adult decisions.
But just
we're old niggas
what decision did she make? Having sex?
No, I'm just saying, like, it's just like, my
allegedly,
nigga, teenagers are off limits, my nigga. It's period. In relationships,
you're right.
Bro.
You're right, but you're right. You're right.
Why is this?
We just looked it up.
No, I'm saying, why is it an age requirement? That's what I'm saying. Like, in the teenage years, my nigga, nothing. All your rights are taken away from you, my nigga.
No, you're right.
Not your rights, but you're not an adult at that point. You know what I'm saying?
But we're in 2024. It's different.
I agree
with you,
but try telling that to these
kids now. I'm not trying to restrict them at all, but it's just like, dog.
The bullshit out there hit you with nowadays is crazy.
I'm saying the fact that niggas are going after teenagers is what I'm saying.
Nigga, he might not even know, to be honest.
Dog, that's just crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Initially, I thought that's why people was like trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's like, all right, where'd you meet her? If she was in a club.
If he was in a club for 21 and over, you assuming everybody is 21 and over.
Yeah, like, you know, he's 20 and he just like turned 21 or something like that.
He's a baby himself.
Nah, we can't give him a pass.
I'm not giving him a pass.
But
I could see what
I thought that's why they was keeping it quiet. But the more and more this, lingers, it looks like them two niggas is in a relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Granted, and I think one of the biggest things is if you had somebody, obviously of a darker complexion, I think that's where a lot of from me, that's what I'm hearing a lot of the argument is coming from. If it was somebody else,
of course,
they would run with it.
Of course.
I'm not saying that's the case, but I know that's where a lot of
it would be headlines.
That's what it would be more. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right.
Kyrie last year. They tried to body Kyrie.
Yeah. And all he did was, I don't want to take the shot.
He did nothing malicious, bro. Nothing malicious to the extent where, like, but I get it. As the NBA, you're protecting your ad money. You know what I'm saying? Like, your sponsorship money. I understand that, but it's like, dog, this has to be more of a headline or just a conversation. Or more of a conversation, but it is what it is, man. Going from a 21-year-old to a 21-year vet, LeBron James just had a run-in with Ime Udoka, like calling him a bitch-ass nigga and all that, allegedly. Like, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
I mean, LeBron knew him from back in the day, He played against him.
You think it was a smoke? He called him the player.
He called him dopey, right?
He called him the player, though.
He played against all these coaches.
He called him the player. Is that disrespectful?
We know. Come on.
He had to.
I respect.
Had to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you address a player.
Yep.
But, damn, I could slide with any other player but LeBron. You know what I'm saying? You might have, should have said Mr. James. But you know what I mean?
Nah,
but
I respect it. He keeps it.
Yeah, I
nobody's safe. I don't care who you are.
Depending on what he really said, LeBron respects it.
I like the fact that he kept the same energy. It's not like he's not superseding,
No facts.
To LeBron.
What do you think that does to the Houston locker room?
I seen Dylan Brooks before the whole thing started. He was ready to get in LeBron's face. Like LeBron faked him out and went to Ime.
It gives him that edge.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I would love it as a player.
This is an identity now.
Yeah, but like them straight shots at the Lakers don't stop that.
But y'all are soft over there though.
What y'all mean?
What are you talking about?
Y'all soft.
17 championships is soft?
We're not talking about the past, though. We're talking about present moment.
I'm just talking about my current organization.
LeBron soft?
I didn't say anything. I just say y'all soft.
LeBron soft?
Y'all soft.
Wait. So what, I guess?
LeBron? No.
Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
I don't care who's standing behind.
He called y'all a soft-ass team.
I don't care who's standing behind LeBron.
What's his
LeBron ain't, you know what I mean? You ain't messing with LeBron.
He may call y'all soft, man.
So wait. Before we continue, so do you think LeBron is soft?
Sometimes he can flop.
All right.
Sometimes he can play that role.
Okay.
He plays
but you don't think overall he's soft, though?
So you say he could play that role. So you mean he's like king of the head games, and mentality-wise, he's always ahead of the thing.
But sometimes
physically, right, he ain't being punked by nobody.
No, I don't think so. No.
Man, this nigga was going up against KG, Rasheed Wallace, and them type of niggas. We not worried about Dylan Brooks. Ain't never been a problem. LeBron is
I'm
ready.
I'm not talking about Bron. I'm okay with the leader being okay, but I'm talking about the other dudes.
Yeah,
no.
That's what I'm saying. It don't matter who's standing behind him. Did it matter who was standing behind Kobe?
I'll give you that. That's where my book, huh?
I'm just talking about their mindset.
No, I feel you. LeBron is not soft. The rest of the Lakers, they're not soft either, but they get me upset. They're disappointing. But that's something you're going to have to accept with the team. I've accepted that. We're going to have ebbs and flows, up and down. We're going to look like world beaters some games, and we're going to lose by 44.
When LeBron and Mike are the only two players at 38 years old to lose.
38. Think of what you're saying. 38 years old.
To lose by 44, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a crazy statistic, but I'm saying it's just one of the statistics that they put out.
No, there. LeBron didn't lose. The Lakers lost by 44.
What does that mean? Like,
this is one of the stats they put out.
Wait. Who they lose to? Who they lose 44 to? Sixers?
Yeah.
And what does that get them? I'm
just saying, a moral victory.
Moral victory. These niggas they're gonna get kicked out the first round by the Bucks or Celtics.
Damn, bro, why you go? Cause you that emotional that they whooped you out by 44?
Nah, because I'm being realistic.
Y'all just pissing on their name over there?
Philly?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I expected nothing from Philly at the start of the season.
This guy's sucking his teeth. You see
and
this?
I expected less now.
It don't really.
Yeah, you would be happy to see Philly in the playoffs.
Of course. I
know.
I'm just saying, like, but they're good. They might have the best.
What would you say? You'd be happy to see Philly
in the playoffs.
We got them. Continue. Knicks is 6, man. But continue. What you talking about? What you jabbing about over there?
The Knicks are not beating Philly. 6.
Oh, wait. Before I even continue, did y'all see...
Knicks is 6.
I don't know. Who did I hear it from? Did y'all see that scenario where it was like Jalen Brunson for D'Angelo Russell? Or some shit like... I think it was on Gil's Arena. They had mentioned it. Where they should switch the guards. They was like, they should switch. No. And Jalen should come to New York and D'Angelo should go to...
No, thank you. No.
D'Angelo should go to New York and Jalen should come to LA.
Not a chance, dog.
Slow down, man. Let's think about this.
There's nothing to think about.
Yeah, man, let's decide.
There's nothing to think about, dog.
Jalen Brunson?
You might have to put like another person with D'Angelo. I forgot. It came up in the conversation because they were because Gilbert has said no. There was because the Knicks got 3 lefties. They got RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson,
because of the spacing on the floor,
and Julius Randle.
D'Lo for that. D'Lo's left-handed.
No, but he was saying He was saying that there's 3 players with left hand, like natural, their natural form is to go left, so it's easy to stop them. But then offhandedly, he was like, "Oh, we should trade D'Angelo for Brunson. Brunson would be more productive versus what D'Angelo brings." And I kind of like it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
it was more so for like pace, space.
Next,
his IQ in terms.
Who are you talking about?
Brunson in terms of what he would bring to the Lakers versus what D'Angelo could bring.
Because D'Angelo at his peak would be perfect for y'all.
He feels that Jalen Brunson is the perfect.
He has no more Brooklyn in him anymore.
Who?
Brooklyn when he was an All-Star.
He got it. He
doesn't have that anymore.
No, he's recapturing that
35 the
Don't
other
try to
night,
sell
bro.
me that. Don't be a
This is a showcase.
No, for real.
Snake oil salesman. Don't do
I'm
that.
not trying, nigga. I'm not trying to sell.
Y'all want Jalen Brunson. Y'all, man, I get it.
No.
I understand, dog.
What's D-Lo averages? Pull him up. He's recapturing that with AD and LeBron on the team. Look at his averages and look where he's shooting.
Nah.
All right.
So why is he on the trading block? Because they're thinking about
because
Zach
of his
Levine's
contract and
showcase,
because
bro.
of the
It's
nature of the team and how the Lakers are performing. But really, we've just been injured.
And then
Bro, if your name's not LeBron, you on the block.
Hachimura,
Exactly.
Sorry,
would
if
you-
your name's not
would you
LeBron,
want-
you on the block.
But would you want Zach Levine and Caruso back?
Let's go to stats. Huh?
Would you want Zach Levine and Caruso?
It depends.
I'm not talking about Zach Levine, man. I don't want that nigga on my team.
Why not?
Nah, that money's too much.
Yeah,
That
like
money's too much.
for the third guy.
Nope.
And then
He could
as
be
the third guy,
He could be the second guy.
the Lakers' third guy is a difficult position because like the third guy has to be basically interchangeable as the first guy.
Why can't he be second? And have
Because
him be
AD
third?
is off and on.
That's what I'm saying.
On
Why-
the days AD want to be not, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
What he is,
Yeah.
he's going to be like a third guy. So we're going to need you to step in into possibly the second role.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
LeBron is old, so we may need you to actually be number one.
You don't
Zach
think he's good
Levine
enough?
cannot be a number one
And
for
with
my
it-
Lakers. No,
With LeBron and AD, you don't think so?
no. Go. I'd rather get DeMar.
I like DeMar. You know,
Yeah.
I like DeMar.
DeMar.
Caruso and DeMar.
I like
I'm with
DeMar.
that.
Yeah.
But like, go to his stats. Go to D'Angelo's stats so I can prove
DeMar
this
will be
nigga
great.
wrong.
No.
on the
This is
Lakers.
this is his game log.
But it's
Go to
correct.
his stats. I don't know.
He wants to go to
Averages.
either Miami or New York. Come to New York, baby. Debo. DeMar DeRozan. He wants to go to either Miami or to
Okay, he could.
New York.
He could go.
I'm not sure why he would go to New York.
Debo.
Y'all don't got no shooting.
Haters.
Scroll down. So
Knicks is 6.
this season, current season, 17-6, and go down, all the way down.
Man, you got enlarge the font over there, bro.
Yeah, you gotta go
Yeah.
to this.
Damn, player. I can't see shit over there.
But anyway, nigga is playing well, son.
But I mean,
He's recapturing, and he's playing great defense.
is he an
He's
all-star?
playing better defense.
Is he an
No,
all-star?
he's not an all-star. He's in the West.
I'm saying that's the level
And
he played
even when
at.
he was an all-star in the East, he was
Yeah.
an injury replacement. So, like,
He could. He definitely be in the right
Don't
for
try to
All
tell
Star
me
in
that.
the East.
Don't
Nah.
peel my leg and tell me it's raining.
it's not.
Shout out to Jay Price.
It's not. He's not. You're not grabbing him to be your number one. If that's
I'm
what
just-
you're grabbing him for, then you're failing. What you're grabbing him for is his smarts,
Who's smart?
his shooting,
D'Angelo?
because y'all need shooting. Yeah, he's just.
Next. Like Austin Reeves got a he's remember how he signed a shoe deal back over the summer?
You're right. man.
You feel it coming on. The trade deadline is still around the corner.
Oh, what you talking about, Austin Reeves?
You know what I'm saying? He signed a shoe deal with the company, I think Rigger. But now he's become part owner of the actual shoe brand. So
They
word?
put, a
You
shoe
part
in,
owner?
they put the
Yeah.
shoe in 2K and all of that.
do you feel like he's like focused more on off the court right now? Since he's got like a bigger name?
No, he's
Where it's,
doing
like,
what he's supposed to
hurting his
do.
game?
Now he's
No, I'm
doing
not
what he's
knocking his
supposed to do
bag.
as a player.
I'm not knocking his bag at all. I'm just saying
Stop
the
that.
focus. How did you get this money? How did you know what I'm saying? Because of the hard work prior to this. Do you think he's lost a little bit of focus?
No.
No, it's
Why would you even?
I'm
why
just
would
asking a question,
yo,
dog.
This nigga always trying to come at my Lakers, man.
I'm just saying, right?
he didn't lose focus. It's just
I'm
the way
just-
they've been playing and what they've asked him to do up until this point.
Bro, all I'm
He's
saying.
no. I'm just saying he's done what they've asked. Hey, come off the bench. We need you to start.
Part
we need you
owner,
to do
that's
this.
a big move, though.
It is a big movie.
yeah.
No, I'm just saying, but
What's
that's
the
what I'm saying.
what's the name of the shoe
I
brand?
believe it's Rigger.
Rigger?
If you want to like Google it real quick. I think it's Rigger.
That nigga had them ice cream shoes, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the fact of like, is he worried about more off the court, which is fine,
Rigor.
right? But
Is you in LA? This is what you're supposed to do.
yeah, of course. But isn't that an off-season thing?
Mm-mm.
Why do you need to like confirm that in
Because
the
it's-
regular season?
Because it's something that literally takes a
Is it
couple
because
of
they're-
minutes.
But if he was on, let's just say, I don't fucking know, Minnesota, you think is that a headline, or is it because he's on the Lakers?
because he's
he's
on
in
the
a big
Lakers.
market.
Because he's on the Lakers
Okay.
and he's white.
Okay.
I mean, it's nothing negative, but like
probably selling out
in China
in Chino Hills.
Yeah, facts.
Let's see.
The Air Reeves won, or still, right? It's already done already.
Hey, what you think about them? They're not bad.
They look like curries, man. Curries aren't that good to me. Curries aren't that great at all to me. For whatever reason, like
a lot of people say that.
Yeah, but I feel like Nike dropped the ball with the whole Curry brand, like calling them the wrong name supposedly in a meeting, and that kind of like threw the whole deal off basically. And then Curry, obviously, shout out to him because he got a lifetime deal with Under Armour, but the product just isn't good. You know what I mean? He got a collab with Brandon Jennings, like we talked about before, with Tough Crowd that dropped on November 11th this year.
So what is that?
He just signed his first player, though, right? De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is now a first signature athlete of signature brand, Curry brand. I'm sorry.
This Tough Crowd joins a shoe or something.
It's a shoe. It's a shoe with Tough Crowd plus the extra Curry brand, and then they also have like a clothing capsule, so like hoodie shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a whole line basically. How do
you view that though with Tough Crowd and BJ, like these NBA players getting into these other outlets?
I love it, man. Because now
after their career.
Yeah, well, just in general, because of the fact that like everything's fashion now. Everything's a lookbook. You know what I'm saying? It's the runway to the locker room. So on and off the bus. So it's like if I'm able to get my shit in front of millions of people, like why not do so? And the fact that like he like turned his Achilles injury, because remember he was like on a trajectory of like being a solid NBA player.
Who?
Brandon Jennings.
Oh yeah.
And they'd be a 55 points.
That rookie
That's
year.
what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
When he tore his Achilles.
He tore his Achilles right before he got traded to Detroit. But remember, like he was the first athlete to go from high school to overseas.
Right.
And play Italy. Signed $1 million contract, signed it with Under Armour, and then now Curry being Under Armour athlete and having his own brand. So it's like it's dope.
Respectfully, even at the time, maybe I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't aware that he did that at the time. I'm kind of learning about it now, but I think that's big on his part. Like first player to do a lot.
Exactly. So it's like that mental, like the way mentally strong that he is to kind of deal with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it would break a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
It would turn people to like obviously serious depression. Not saying that he didn't go through it, but like kudos to him. Like depression turning to a vice, whether that be alcohol, drugs, or something to kind of get lost in a moment or trying to relive a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His perseverance is like, it's inspiring, dog. So it's like having his story out there is super, super dope to me. So like, shout out to Brandon Jennings for sure, man. Shout out to you, bro. And shout out to Gil Serena.
Shout out to Mr. B.
You got to put Running Point on your podcast, man. We're knowledgeable. We're funny. We just like to have a good time, dog.
We could be the crowd in the background.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So shout out to them. Speaking of Curry, are the Warriors done?
I mean,
are they done as a championship
team?
Are
they done?
Yes.
Why?
Well, let me take that back. Let me take that back. Let me take that back. What? Because you have Curry.
Please, I would understand.
Bro, when you have Curry, because
Curry.
Curry's in the same breath as LeBron.
Curry's
like you have a
29.
Chance.
Curry's 35 though.
He's 35, but he's averaging 29.
Continue.
He's doing what him and Durant, I feel like deserve respect for what they're doing at their relative ages. Like,
of course.
Which is unfortunate. Like, it's good that he's able to still do this, but it sucks that they really do have to lean on him for the most part.
At this age.
Yeah. They need some help.
Yo, respect to Kobe, man. Everybody was downing him when the Lakers was doing bad and Kobe was the only superstar. That's what I was saying, man. That's the trajectory of a superstar.
They gotta go through
when you're on your team, like there's gonna be a time period where everything around you is not up to par.
Yeah.
And it can't carry. And what's worse about that, because though it's not up to par, you've always been able to carry it. You can no longer carry it as that superstar. Mm-hmm. When you get into your mid-30s or whatever it is in your career 35. Where you can no longer do it.
Yeah.
So it's like you looking at the roster and you're saying, I have enough, but you can't do it like you used to.
Yeah.
And every superstar goes through that.
To be honest,
it's on the organization to
see that.
On him though, the thing is he could still do it, but he's on the last legs of being able to do it consistently. I feel like.
Yeah, by himself.
Bro, it's just
different,
too much.
Man.
It's just too much. It's so much.
You got to be careful about these superstars. They'll always be able to give you the numbers. The numbers is not. I'm not even too focused on Steph, but I'm talking about Steph. I'm talking about the LeBrons. I'm talking about the KDs. And KD's actually doing a little better job, but his team, I like what they're doing out there in Phoenix. But it's like the numbers they'll always be able to get. Kobe was getting his numbers. Even after he came back from the Achilles that first year, he was getting his numbers. Is your impact. Can you manipulate the other team to play your game? And they can no longer do that. LeBron can't dictate the other team. Like that's what LeBron's facing right now. LeBron's getting his numbers. He's doing his thing, but he can't manipulate the other team. He can't slow down the other team. He can't stop the other team by being himself.
They're both giving that, like I can't, what is going on? To that point, remember, I don't know what year it was. I always reference this when Curry was injured and he came back. I want to say it was against New Orleans. Like his first 2 plays of the game, you seen you seen his effect on the game. How it was when he without Curry and with him on the floor. You think that is completely that effect is because
I don't want to put it on Curry specifically,
not on
right?
Curry, but it's because he's the most. You could see it. That's the one you could see the most.
Yeah. It's with the Warriors, right? Though Curry may not be like MVP dominant Curry, he's really close to that. He may have lost the impact and the be able to carry a team throughout the regular season, but the most significant loss of impact is Clay. Like, because Clay had that impact as well, and it's no longer there at all.
And just to stick on that point, though, you did ask if the Warriors are done. This season, I think they might be fried. But no, I'm not even gonna lie. This season they might be fried, but the free agency that's coming up, it could. You don't know what you're about to have. You could have Curry and Kawhi, Curry and PG. Like you don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying the Warriors got to do something.
He's thinking out the box.
I'm thinking out the box. But I'm just
don't know what's coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like because at this point you have to make a move. You have to do something.
So at this point
you got to do something.
You're Mike Dunleavy Jr. Are you trading Clay or are you trading Draymond?
No, you
got
wait
Chris Paul, $30 million on your roster.
Are you trading Clay or Draymond? That wasn't the question.
No, you're not trading either. You're trading Chris Paul.
You're trading Chris Paul. You
the
going
same way
that route first.
D'Angelo was a scapegoat, whatever. Yeah, that's what Chris Paul is going to be.
You've already tried prior to developing your young talent. If Chris Paul is a stabilizer, hold on. Chris Paul is a stabilizer for a young unit, right? That's what you've been like. Hold on, allow me to finish. Allow you to finish. No. I'm just saying, you cut me off. He's developed younger talent, dog.
I could just tell you what it is.
So if you trade a CP3, now you're back in the same. Who are you going to get back for CP3?
Yo, my nigga, they done moved arenas. They done did everything. The only people that are safe.
You didn't answer the question.
The only people that are safe.
Who are you bringing in?
Curry.
Who are you bringing in for CP3?
Curry, Clay, and Draymond.
You're still not answering the question.
Everybody's gonna go before them down.
Who are you bringing back for CP3 to stabilize the second unit that you've been having issues with for years?
It ain't even about stabilizing the second unit.
So then what is it then?
As trading CP3, that's $30 million. That's not a second unit player that you're getting with $30 million.
What are you getting
with $30 million, you're going after somebody that's being on your starting lineup.
To that point, you don't know who you're getting because the time hasn't come yet. They're waiting till the mid. They're doing the showcase right now.
They will trade everybody on that roster with CP3 and go get a superstar and go get a bunch of G League talent.
My bad. I just said it. If your name ain't LeBron, you on the block. If your name ain't Steph, you on the block.
Exactly. Clay's not Clay anymore.
You on the block.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not trading Clay, man.
Steph is the only one that's going to be drafted as a Warrior and retire as a Warrior, dog.
You're talking about
Draymond or Clay,
season, right?
Yes, but I'm saying it's going to, regardless of, it's going to bring up a dynasty. If one of those two are traded, which one of them need to be traded.
Why do they have to be traded? What if you get something great with Chris Paul and a couple of those other pieces?
Nah, man, it's not going to work.
Because a lot of these other teams, first of all, some teams need a point guard, and they have the link to give away.
Yo.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
2 years ago, they were in the lottery.
Okay.
And they won the championship.
Not 2 years ago, like 2 years before they won the championship.
They did poorly. They should have had Melo. They should have drafted Melo instead of Wiseman.
You had Steph Curry.
That's not the point I wanted you to take from that. The point I wanted you to take from that.
I'm just saying, but imagine Melo right in this situation right now with Curry. They
could rebuild on the fly.
If I'm a 2-guard, I'm eating him up all day.
Nah, I'm telling you, because Clay's not Clay anymore. At least you can LaMelo. Maybe hide or Clay can do a little bit better defensively because Melo. You know what I mean? Not saying Melo's a world beater.
How many games in are we actually? But in terms of like
athleticism and giving Curry a break off the ball,
20 game mark already.
It's just like
20? Is it
the passing ability? How much easier the game would be if they drafted Melo.
So 11-9, 21 games in.
They definitely made a mistake during that
20
draft.
games in, 20
But my point with that was that they're not out of it. No matter what happens this season with Curry and Kurt on the roster and Clay and Draymond riding with them, like I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt within these next two seasons, next 2-3 seasons.
Wait.
Remember, Clay's a
hold on. Before you finish that, look at this. Who's gonna who do you pick?
See that. It's
I feel you.
Too small.
In the West though, who's gonna beat the Warriors 4 out of 7 times though?
What you mean? All them teams.
Comfortably.
Yeah, all those teams.
I mean, they'll get us scared, but
that's what I'm saying.
As a Laker fan, I ain't worried about them.
As a Laker, I'm cool. But if you're the Kings, OKC, you might give them a scare. But I think you got enough to go.
If De'Aaron Fox doesn't get hurt, Game 7, they would have won. The Kings were, and Curry didn't do a 50-piece.
Then they would have lost to us. The Kings would have lost to us. Okay.
No, but I'm saying, you're saying what team would have beat the Warriors, but the Kings are a much better team this year. Hopefully health for both teams plays a big part. But they almost had him, and then Curry had to have a heroic performance of 50-piece.
You know what? Maybe that's my fault for being kind of having a bias on Curry. I'm not gonna. Bro, you gotta beat him 4 times.
You can,
and it's been proven.
Yeah,
we did. No, I'm saying we did. When I speak, it's from the lake.
But everyone has length if you think about it.
That's true. No. That's true.
You guys have length
at full, but it depends on what they get for Chris Paul.
The Suns honestly have length. You know what I'm saying? The Mavericks are okay because now Lively's developing well in the Mavericks, and they just came back from a 30-point deficit. You know what I'm saying? So
they lost though.
I'm just saying, but you know what I mean? But 30 points coming down from 30 points.
I mean, that's a lot of work to put in.
He's a big piece.
Yeah, he's like a Tyson Chandler.
He's a big dude. 7'1".
He's like a Tyson Chandler.
They needed a big dude.
Exactly. So it's and if Kyrie stays healthy, if Luka stays healthy. To your points earlier in the couple episodes back.
Would be
shout out to Runnin Point. I mean, go if you like him, subscribe and all
that.
They
just need a lockdown wing defender who could possibly shoot or hopefully could shoot.
Who?
The Mavs.
Well, no, they wanted Tim Hardaway Jr. to be that, but I'm just saying that's what they wanted.
Talking about.
I think what's his name?
But along with that, I am thinking about him starting though.
Who's that?
Who?
Tim Hardaway with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway, Kyrie, Luka. And then they just had that universal piece right there.
Yeah.
With Lively.
Oh, Josh Green.
And then there are other pieces off the bench.
Josh Green, Grant Williams, Derek Lively.
Green ain't that though. Green is what?
He's good. He's a good young talent.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's too small for that.
Yeah, but he's good though. I like him.
And I know maybe that Tim Hardaway Jr. spot is open. Oh, they got Grant Williams. Maybe Grant Williams, if he was a little bit more.
But you got to think about it. It's only how many games in?
Yeah, I like their team actually.
You know what I mean? Because it's a totally different role now. He's accustomed to playing with 2 stars.
Who?
Huh?
You said who?
He's accustomed to playing with JB and JT. You know what I'm saying in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a different style of play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
This is very, very far fetched. This is very far fetched. But with Luka and Kyrie, do you think a guy like a Mikal Bridges would?
You don't want him to go back to what he was in Phoenix, because he's flourishing now as
he's flourishing,
guy. But I don't know. That's a good one though.
What?
Mikal Bridges as a?
How would he get there?
Well, I don't know his contract. That's why I said it's far-fetched.
He's coveted now. He's their franchise player.
Okay. Now.
He's their franchise guy.
No, I think he's franchise.
Yeah.
Mikal. From Brooklyn?
Yeah, Mikal Bridges.
Oh yeah,
he's untouchable at this point. Okay,
not that he's untouchable, but he's a max.
I think that's their guy. That's their franchise guy.
Yeah, but he's a max. I don't think he's untouchable.
Okay. No, for the Nets after this whole debacle that they went through.
That's why, because
he's untouchable as in like he's their utility player, but he's not their like he's the guy we're building around for a championship.
I think they are.
No.
He's not a number one on a championship.
That's why I asked that question, is because I know what he's being pushed as now. Like he's your number one option. He's your go-to guy. But in the thing that he flourishes in,
he would be the perfect piece.
That's what I'm saying. For what he did in Phoenix,
if I'm the Nets, I don't want anything back from you.
I know. I feel you. No, I feel you 100%. I'm just saying the type of player that would compliment Luka and Kyrie. That's what I meant.
Kyrie.
They don't want those headaches, dog. They don't want those headaches.
But
I feel you. But in terms of the style of player, that's what I meant. In terms of what would compliment them.
Shout out to Jay-Z
it's tough.
Owning 1% of the Brooklyn Nets, by the way, back in the day. So
Speaking of ownership, what is Mark Cuban doing? You want to let us know, DJ?
I mean, that's a good one right there. Hey man, running point and all that. Segway Kings. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean he's selling majority of his stake, but he's still gonna be on the board.
He's still gonna be directing all the decisions.
Yeah, so it's a win-win. And he sold it for $3.5 billion. He bought it for $285 million.
Yo, I ain't never liked Mark Cuban.
Why not? Well, you're a Lakers fan.
Oh, damn.
Because he was going to trade for Kobe.
No, not even that. I'll vouch. This nigga was always hated.
He was, yo, Mitch, cup check. Let me get Cole. I'm checking the temperature over there.
If I'm not mistaken, it wasn't even because of that.
I didn't like him before that.
The nigga's present on the court. His presence on the court.
All of that just confirmed why I knew I ain't like you, nigga. But him selling the team, right? Mm-hmm. And it's still keeping all like basketball command and some real fan shit. I respect it.
Yeah. Like, but he came in because he was on All the Smoke. Shout out to Matt and All the Smoke and all that. He talked about basically trying to one up other owners. Like the visitors' locker room, they'll have like fine dining and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Other arenas, you're not getting that. Installing like PlayStations when he first bought the team. So it's like wanting to be here, making it feel like home. You know what I'm saying? Like a home away from home. So like those young players, especially if you get good veterans to show them the ropes, become professional, but they still have the flip side of like being still a youth. You know what I'm saying? And being young and dumb. You know what I'm saying? But just that balance of it all.
I'll give him that. He's one of the most enthusiastic owners I've ever seen. Yeah. Because on the same thing, I hated him because like he was obviously somebody on the other team and he would root for the Mavs and say, yo, get off the court. Like,
but bro, like even on the same podcast, he talked about how like when he first bought the team, Michael Finley, Steve Nash, and Dirk were a vital part of the building of like the vision of what it is. Other owners were probably just like, it's my money, I do what I want. Like hence the like, I'm going off topic, but the Washington Redskins, aka now the Washington Commanders, Daniel Snyder bought the Redskins and he made them a shit show. At one point in time, the Redskins they had Doug Williams, who was the Super Bowl MVP, which was the first black player to ever to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like they had Sean Taylor. He
was the first black player to be what?
Win a Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like this is prior.
I didn't know.
This is 1983 when they beat the Denver Broncos, I believe 42-7. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that.
42-7.
Yeah, he watched these niggas. And John Elway is a former.
Them niggas was late to it, bro, and letting black players shine. 1980s.
Yeah, exactly.
We should have been dominated from the 70s.
There's other players. There's other black quarterbacks that are out there that haven't gotten the accolades, like Marlon Briscoe.
Oh, he was a quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback.
Oh, I thought you meant player.
No, quarterback. The first black quarterback ever to win the Super Bowl. So Marlon Briscoe was drafted, I believe, in the 70s for the Denver Broncos. Like he never got his just due. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's been African American quarterback or black quarterbacks, niggas, right? Have been like a vital point of like our history, but like nothing's told. So it's like that's why it's important for like shows like this, Running Point, to like highlight those areas of like black greatness. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, the Washington Daniel Snyder, he hasn't invested in that. You know what I'm saying? In the actual franchise and their development. So I don't even know what I was going to pivot to, but Running Point. But yeah, fuck.
We had asked
Mark
you.
Cuban.
That's what we talking about.
And what he's doing, like, or what he's done. You know what I mean? So it's like kudos to him. So I like Mark Cuban in terms of like being a fan, and you can kind of low key see it on like Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers. He's kind of corny with it, but you know.
I would hate to be around that guy. Son.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think a billionaire can make me be like. He'd be a little too excited.
Exactly. And corny with it, yeah. No,
trying too hard.
My anxiety would be going out crazy.
But he's a billionaire, so he could do it, I guess.
Every time he come around, be like, yo, I need a mental health day, my nigga.
Facts. I mean, but he was, go, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, as much as I dislike Mark Cuban or whatever, if you gave me all this money, I probably would take the Mark Cuban route. Yeah. In terms of ownership.
Exactly. So that's the reason I bring up Steve Ballmer. Like, we're gonna get into it, but like Steve Ballmer, like he was former CEO of Microsoft, and he amassed his great wealth, and now he's invested into the Clippers. Prior owners of the Clippers, aka Donald Sterling, obviously the asshole, right? But now next year they're gonna open up the Intuit Dome, so now they're gonna have their own arena after so many years of like sharing the arena with y'all. So it's like I feel like he's doing.
They should have never.
I'm saying, but like a lot of owners would like just allow themselves to like piggyback off what the Lakers done. You know,
that's what
like,
Mark Cuban's partly doing too with the selling of the team. He's trying to build him a new arena, a new something with gambling. You know, the niggas be doing
exactly.
This shit.
So it's like shout out to like Steve Ballmer trying to follow the footsteps of like Mark Cuban and being a player's owner, opposed to these stuffy owners that are like so distant from you. Like that's like why LeBron and like what's his name? Dan Gilbert and you know what I'm saying, Cleveland butted heads a little bit. Like it's mine opposed to like
I don't think that's why they butted heads.
I'm just saying, like let me jump to my whole storyline, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying,
you know what I mean? Let me jump to my whole joint.
I used to give LeBron everything he wanted.
Yeah, of course. All these owners, you know, but what you were saying, Serge, I kept cutting you off.
I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying. Like, so like shout out to like, but speaking of the sorry ass Clippers,
what about them?
And you know, like, did Steve Ballmer make this move of like bringing in James Harden because he's opening a new arena next year and hopefully bringing back these 4 superstars or these 4 Hall of Famers?
Not bringing back all 4, but he's bringing back somebody.
Who's he bringing back to open a new stadium?
I mean, maybe you could actually.
Who is LeBron?
I mean, I said LeBron. Russell was not on a max contract or anything like that. He's actually like on almost a minimum or something. I don't know how you bring them all back, saying all that either way, but yeah, he is trying to.
We got it.
The best way to go into a new arena is with a championship.
That ain't happening, but I get you.
So that's what they're trying to do.
So you think that's the whole mindset? Like we're good enough. Do you realistically think that they're good enough to win they looked at we can win a championship with this roster assembled?
If you look at the names, maybe like.
If you look at it series by series, potential series by series, potential team by team, they could beat any team. And if they click, right? If they find their stride, you still got. If Kawhi is Kawhi, fuck all that. If Kawhi is Kawhi that he was the first 2 games when they faced Phoenix last year, and he's that for an entire playoffs. Then yes, no team wants to face him.
If the Clippers if everything is clicking, I do think the only teams that are going to beat them are going to be like Phoenix, Denver, and obviously I'm going to say LA. Okay. But I wouldn't be surprised if Clippers pull that off. But I think somebody like Jokic might be the only issue. Everybody else, I think they match up well with.
But bro, they just lost to the Nuggets without Murray, Gordon, or Joker.
I understand, but you got to also like they have no practice time together. This is a brand new team. This is
you sound like a Clipper fan.
I'm not a Clipper fan. I'm an NBA fan. Like I can see what's going on. But bro, they have yet to practice together. And look at the wins. It's like
it's building.
Yeah, it's exactly. We've seen all these losses, and now look, it's about to be like a 22-game winning streak,
bro. I've seen James Harden. I've seen like Paul George on 3 or 4 consecutive series where Paul George stood in the corner and James took the last shot on the right one. Like there's been it's terrible basketball,
which is understandable, but it's not always going to be like that.
You can't eat the ball and then all of a sudden try to like within 10 seconds create offense.
You're right. They're going to switch it up,
and he's been doing that when he's been on the floor.
Right.
And then he's throwing cross-court passes, which is a no-no in the NBA.
All right, that's cool, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to be seeing these plays in March.
You're playing turnover basketball. Granted, yes, it's still early and they got to acclimate. But when the playoffs come, we've known James' history. We know Kawhi's history.
To your point, we know, but a lot of these people are fucking up. They would love to get the Warriors in the playoffs.
I don't give a fuck about the regular season. When you get into the playoffs, when it's like Game 7,
at that point, it's all about. All right, so
are they going to defer Kawhi, or is there probably going to?
So who on Sacramento is going to stop Kawhi?
Who's going to fucking stop Sacramento as a collective?
All of them.
James don't play defense.
PG does. Kawhi does. Zubac
They're
does.
older though.
Westbrook does.
They're older.
Norman Powell does.
Now you got to bring Zubac out on Sabonis.
Yeah.
Now your lane is wide open.
You got Plumlee. You got another 7-footer.
No, Plumlee. You're not playing Plumlee. Right. Like they're just.
I'm picking.
Who on Sacramento is going to take advantage of that?
De'Aaron Fox might.
De'Aaron Fox is a blur, dog.
Yeah, but like
Keegan Murray's going to eat. Like I feel like they're going to do well. Yeah,
that Kawhi and PG still in relative.
Kawhi and Paul George,
they're
defensively.
Older,
Terrence Mann,
they're older.
Terrence Mann, Russell Westbrook,
they're older. Like
Russell Westbrook plays 19 minutes and still gives you 14, 8, 14, 9 somehow. Recently, it hasn't been a lot.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I want Russ to like do well. I'm not saying that, but like she's turnover prone.
Strategically, I'm leaving Sabonis out there on the perimeter. Do your thing, broski.
Nah,
shoot that jump shot.
He's good, bro.
In the 7-game series, I definitely got the Clippers over Sacramento.
No, I don't think so.
Against those younger teams, I got the Clippers again over Sacramento, over OKC.
No, I mean I like Sacramento.
I want to see Clippers and Phoenix just because. Like I want to see the heavy hitters knock each other out.
Phoenix and Clippers, yeah.
I want to see them knock each other out.
That's
at full health because that shit's crazy.
Like,
that's a crazy matchup.
Are you scared now the fact of like Bradley Beal is out until next year at this point with his back injury?
Well, I'm not scared. I'm excited.
I'm saying you saying next year, like you saying next season.
No. I'm saying like obviously 2024.
No, because speaking of that, we got them niggas tomorrow for the in-season tournament.
Huh?
We got them tomorrow for the in-season tournament.
No, I'm just saying, but are you, as if you're like
we
James
play them
Jones,
tomorrow, son?
Yeah.
If you're James Jones, are you afraid of like the fact of like, yo, his back is still hurt?
No, because
he's a Bacchiotomy.
if you're asking me, that Bacchiotomy, he needs one.
Yeah,
he needs one. But it's your back.
Bacchiotomy, nigga. Oh no, it's just
a pause. I don't even know what y'all talking about.
A Bacchiotomy. Come on.
This nigga kept saying it the whole week on Gil's Arena. Josiah.
But I always say it too, so it's like
a Bacchiotomy.
Bacchiotomy. Like the nigga, my neck, I forgot. Whatever, man. Continue, man. I think it's from Friday. If I remember correctly.
I heard it from this nigga Josiah.
Yeah, but I've always been saying it, but I forget where I got it from. But yeah, a Bacchiotomy. It's from a movie. I just can't remember what movie it's from.
Who's providing this Bacchiotomy? Like what?
We don't know.
I'm just saying.
I just know injuries with your back. I know you don't fuck with. So obviously it's something serious,
and that's crazy.
Take as much time as you need because he was able to play.
Should Washington be investigated?
Huh?
By trading damaged goods? You got to take you got to take a physical.
Nigga, what?
You got to take a physical.
The trade doesn't happen.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
nah, it's over. It's over.
You think this happened in training camp where he hurt his back?
It could have been.
It had to be that nigga over. Sometimes niggas be over prepared. I think that's what happened to Ben Simmons.
But he played though. That's what I'm saying. He played. It could have been a stinger. It could have been a impingement, whatever.
I think this nigga over prepared. Like this is regular people stuff. Yeah. Like that's what
found out. I got Booker and Durant. Let me get ready.
If you go back to Ben Simmons, right? From his like college to rookie season, first season, like that's how he broke his leg. His first rookie season, like he put on too much weight. He just like he had the body for it,
but didn't change the game to kind of
but like he put on too much weight as far as weightlifting and getting stronger and doing all of that. So like it added too much weight and it put stress on his body.
Got you.
And that's what happened.
But are you nervous? Like again, KD's older now. Like, are you reliant on him to be the number one guy for Phoenix at this point, or is Dev supposed to be that?
Devin Booker's that.
Is he that? I'm saying, is he that? I mean, you know I like D-Book, but it's like, does KD need to be like the guy?
KD's doing exactly what he has to do. While you guys are not here, I'm taking the reins. This is what you got me for.
I don't know, man. I can't call it. I feel like.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just like, who's supposed to be the number one guy on Phoenix?
Is that even a legitimate question though? Like, you got 3 potential options. Any game can be any one of them. Whoever has the best shot. But everybody's gonna go with KD. You put KD's resume against Booker, who you got? KD. KD's resume against Beal.
But I feel like a lot. Never mind. I'm not even gonna get on KD right now. But
no, you could.
No, I'm saying because you can't really say KD's roster because KD went to like a well-oiled machine and fit in seamlessly and played well. KD, like you don't think.
But that's compliment to KD though.
No,
do you not?
I'm not taking anything. I'm just saying like you're saying the resume as if he like led the team. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying.
He's leading the team now.
Yeah, but we haven't done anything yet. He's led Brooklyn in the playoffs and hasn't done it. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's KD, let's just say when it's KD doesn't like.
I feel you, but
push you over the hump.
Let's say you're Bradley Beal
as a number one.
Your Bradley Beal to play is to pass it to Booker, but he's covered. You're gonna have to give it up to Durant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why not D-Book?
He's covered by 2 people, or whatever. You just can't get him the ball.
I feel like it's D-Book's team, but to
it's D-Book's team. It's D-Book's team.
But I think
KD is the.
I feel like KD doesn't care, which is great. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think it's D-Book's team. But
do you see what he was putting up? It was D-Book's team. Yeah,
D-Book's my guy, man. I've been trying to tell y'all fools, man, for a long time, but y'all want to listen, man.
Nah, it's D-Book's team, but
y'all want to listen.
It's KD. Like I'm going to KD.
Like
that's crazy. Think about that. Yeah. This is D-Book's team, but I have KD as an option as well.
Of course, yeah. It's a great option to have for sure.
And he's 35, so up until you leave, he could be the number one for.
Yo, speaking of like the Suns, their former head coach Monty Williams, in the month of November, going to Detroit, no wins. Do you think James Jones knew like what he was getting himself away from in the sense of having Monty and like letting him go? Or is it because of the fact that the new ownership came in and James Jones' hands were tied?
Or the team is just bad?
No, I'm asking.
You said what?
Like the fact of like, you know, they got rid of Monty Williams and now Detroit's on a 15-game losing streak. They didn't win in the month of November. Do you think James knew this ahead of time or because of Matt Ishbia, the new owner of the Suns, he wanted
I think
because if Monty was all right, if Monty was the coach of the Rockets and they doing the same, you know what I think it's the roster. Like they had a hard schedule. I feel like if you have let me go to their schedule.
I'm not knocking Monty. I'm just saying, do you think they've seen something like in terms of adjustments and shit like that to like move on from Monty Williams?
This
what I say?
This shit is crazy.
What I say?
Oh my God, Charlotte and Chicago. Of course, it would be these 2.
They only got 2 wins.
Oh my God,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
all right,
you laughing at the roster? Oh, you laughing at the record?
At the L's.
I'm like, what are you laughing? I thought you laughing at me. I'm like, what did I do? What I say?
Look.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like they didn't win.
All right.
They didn't win in November, dog.
And I think they got a nice little team.
That's
what's crazy.
Saying. A nice young
but
team.
this happens though. This happens, right?
But look at Ime Udoka.
No, but
this is perfect. Look at Ime Udoka. His first season as a Celtics head coach.
Yeah.
The first half of that season.
Almost championship.
No, first half of that season.
Okay.
What was it? It wasn't good.
Yeah.
It wasn't what to be expected.
Yeah.
Like this happens. Like when you're learning, when you're in that process of learning and turning over that leaf of giving up those bad habits, this happens.
Yeah.
They could turn a stretch where it's now 5 out of 7 games that they win. They could do that. So they're right now they're getting rid of bad habits. And as you do that process, sometimes you gotta get dirtier before you get cleaner.
No, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? So
and truthfully,
that's what's happening.
If you look at the roster, they have a good solid core going forward, I think. Because I'm a fan of Kate Cunningham, but also Thompson too, as well.
Yeah. Not for sure. I like Jaden Green. Jaden Ivey.
You got this bully right here. He's going at anybody.
He wants this one with everybody. Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren is good too. Like they got a nice look. That's what I'm surprised.
I think it's like to what he's saying. Sure. It's growing pains.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just trying to start controversy a little bit. That's all. I'm trying to do.
But winless though.
But in the month of November, you know what I'm saying? Like,
did they say this is the first time or They broke some record.
But, I mean, but as a Knicks fan, I don't really care.
But at this point, the season,
I
mean, the Wizards not doing too much better.
Yo, is Jordan Poole just a disappointment at this point?
What did y'all think about that statement from KG? He doesn't belong in the league.
In the league, yeah.
That might be true.
Why do you think? You want to elaborate on that?
I wouldn't even say in the league.
There,
yeah.
Like, that's like, what am I to say? That's another NBA player saying that, and that's a Hall of Famer. Shit, yeah. I'm going to be on his side, tell you the truth. Like, and what you doing out there looks crazy.
And do you think it's because of what? Let's say he went on a team and his role was just to come off the bench, and you know what I'm saying? What if he was just asked to do that again?
Yeah,
probably worse.
No, I mean, that's because to be honest, I think that's what he is, and that's what you excel at.
No, because
like, let me come off the bench and give you 20.
Because Gil was saying that, like, you can't have the 6-man mindset being a starter now. Like, the shit that you could try to pull off when you're a 6-man, you can't do that as a starter now, or the man of a team. You got to lead it in the other direction. So it's like, his play just doesn't speak that right now. And he's immature, it seems like. You know what I mean?
But I didn't even think he was that from at the time. I thought his role was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, it was perfect.
I didn't think his attitude, like what's being portrayed out there, I didn't think his attitude was that bad.
Yeah.
No, but if it is, then I mean, he need to get punched in the mouth again.
Like, he just needs to grow up, man. I mean, just like, it's just
3.
I don't even know if it's pressure either, because you're playing for the Wizards. There's no expectation right now. So you
no
can go expectation, out there and
but I guess there was no expectation to be this bad, I guess.
No, I'm saying, but like you can develop your leadership, you can develop your game there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not expected to do anything.
That's what they thought.
You coming from a championship squad.
Yeah, so you're gonna bring that mentality here and like change the culture slowly. We don't expect to win in maybe the next 1 or 2 years, but it's like you and Kuzma being the head of the ship. Like, why not? But it's like, for whatever reason, the shit is not clicking for him. And I'm like disappointed being a Michigan fan and then being a Jordan Poole fan, because he was one of my breakout stars of the year. And it's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. So hopefully he gets his shit together. Hopefully Washington, like, because supposedly he was on a trading block. He's been on a trading block already.
Is he still on the trading block with the Wizards?
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Yeah, like they're trying to trade him, like, because of the fact that his attitude. So
he try to trade him to China. Ain't nobody picking that nigga up.
Facts. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. So hopefully he gets his shit together. He's able to play, and play like I don't know, man. Play like something, dog. What do you think about Deion Sanders being?
I was just about to touch on
Sports Illustrated Person of the Year.
He had a great 3/4 of the year.
Mm.
It ended, you know what I mean? This last half, this last, you know what I mean, little bit, last couple months been kind of per on field, you know what I mean? And been when I ain't gonna even front like I've been keeping up with it. Like, I'm not a football nigga like that. Yeah. Especially college football. Mm-hmm. So he just ain't been winning, which was to be expected. But after all that hype, you know, just looks kind of, you know what I mean? There's got a lot of fodder for the media to go after. Your son being a quarterback, the way Deion is always out there, the way the team was out there, the celebrations, the early season hype, them being black. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But to that point, I've never seen so many people that don't follow football follow it for that period of time. Like,
so despite how the year ended, mm-hmm. he carried the whole year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was big talk the whole year.
I mean, just not only that, just I think who he is as an individual person. You know what I mean? He leads with God. He leads with love. And then he's just showing you what Black unity looks like. He has celebrities pulling him up to games. He has Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying, rapping as if they're coming out for a fight, like a match, right? Like he's rapping as they're walking out of the tunnel. That's culture. Mm. And it's like he's able to relate to these young players. And like for him to have 86 transfers coming in 1 year, they won 1 game last year. They won 4 this year. Is it disappointing? Yeah. But like, what are those lessons that you've learned within those losses? And what are those lessons that you learned within those wins?
Improved from last year.
Yeah,
4. So regardless,
of how imagine you have 86. One, you're going to a new program in 1 year, but then you have 86 individuals that you don't even know that you've recruited. Now you got to pair them with other kids that you don't really know, unless the people that you transferred with or transferred to you. So now you got to continue to pour into kids that you've brought over from Jackson State, HBCU, and now you got to pour into them. Your let's just say your principles, right? You pour your principles into your children or your kids, your boys, your football players, those character men, and then they have to pour into these new 86. And now that chemistry has to happen really, 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 really quick within a 3 or 4 month span. That's hard. And then you won your first game when people counted you out. Then you were ranked in the year. You know what I'm saying? And like then you reel off these losses because of the fact that like you need offensive linemen, defensive linemen to kind of like help your team grow. But it's like his son, who they said they couldn't play in a Power 5 school, which is like basically there's Pac-12, there's SEC, there's Big Ten, there's ACC. You know what I'm saying? So there's the Power 5 schools, and they said he couldn't play, but then he throws for over 500 yards in his debut. You know what I'm saying? So shit like that of like him like persevering and overcoming and just showing what Black excellence looked like. Like that's been like the highlight of the show. So maybe that's just the title of the show.
No,
Black
he definitely
excellence.
deserves.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like just like galvanizing something.
Yeah, like
Niggas don't like the cold, and they go into Boulder, Colorado, to celebrate this man, to highlight this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and who doesn't want to be a part of that at all? You know what I'm saying? Running Point needs to be there. You know, shout out to Deion, not me.
Yeah, let's go, Deion.
So it's like, and then also not even that, like coaching his 2 sons, Shiloh and Shador. You know what I'm saying?
that's
Like
the hardest part.
Yeah, they have NIL deals, not because of the fact that their last name is Sanders, but who they are as individuals. You know what I'm saying? And their talent. So kudos to them. You know what I'm saying? His daughter is there.
And that whole, what is it? The walk with his son. Is it one son or 2 sons?
One, Shador. How he walks up to the touchdown and walks back. One as a coach and then one as a father. You know what I'm saying? Like just having those pregame speeches. You know what I'm saying? And just showing that and highlighting like Black love.
Say that again. What happens?
So basically, like when they, let's just say go over the game plan. When they go from the 50-yard line to the end zone, he's part dad. And when they walk back, he's part coach or vice versa. So he's giving them game as a coach and then he's giving them game as a pops. You know what I'm saying? Tough. So he's getting double the love in a sense. And for Deion, able to like switch that on and off because that's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're talking to a kid, like you're not talking to you know what I'm saying? You're talking to your son now. So it's a little bit different. Not saying that a coach doesn't treat all his kids like sons or all his players as sons, but it's like.
But he seems to.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but it's a little different when it's your own bloodline. Right. That's all I'm saying. So it's cool for him to like turn it on and off at the like a flip of a switch, so to speak. So it's cool, man. And then Deion being back in like Nike apparel where he has like signature shoe lines. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just cool like how the storyline is unfolding. Like he's just culture. And then at one time, like no one knows, a lot of people know, but like he played a professional baseball game and a professional NFL game in like the same day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit like that. So he's like an icon, man. Like defensive player of the year, aka prime time, like 2-time Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl champion. So like for him to like just humble himself, because a lot of great players aren't great coaches or great GMs. It's always those dudes that are probably bench warmers that are, you know what I'm saying, good coaches, good general managers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for him to do that and humble himself and like he deserves more than the like sportsman player of the year or person of the year, but he's like an icon for sure, a walking icon. So shout out to Deion. You know, my son plays up at Tabor. You know what I mean? I need a receiver and all that. So holla at him. His name is Demir Pfeiffer and all that. So you know what I mean? Deion, be on the lookout. That's all. But yeah, man, it's good. It's great what he's doing. My bad for being long-winded.
No, I loved it.
You know what
talking about? Yeah.
I mean, I just know the headlines, tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really follow football like that. I just know he seems to be a good leader.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that's what I take from it.
Because think about it, like you grew up in a single, like which I did, like a lot of us did, right? You grew up in a single parent household, or even you grow up with a mom and pops. Deion Sanders walks in, and we're of the generation where like we know who this nigga is. Whether you do football, you know what I'm saying, like you know some kind of like what Deion Sanders is, and he walks in humble, a southern act, you know what I'm saying, like just like bravado. I'm gonna turn your boy into a man. That's all you want to hear as a parent. And he's the best. And then if I'm my cornerback, he was the best, arguably the best ever to do it. I'm gonna get all that knowledge from him. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go there. I'm lining up. How do I get on how do I get recruited? What do I have to do to now improve my skills to be on the radar of the Colorado Buffaloes? So like that's what's gonna happen. Like he's gonna like just create this like avalanche of like people that are gonna want to play for him because culturally, that shit is dope. The colors are fly. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas come out. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's networking opportunities as well. And then now a couple years ago he brought in Brittany Reiner to, you know what I mean? Like the video vixen, or not a video vixen, but the vixen that like got PJ Washington.
Brittany Runner.
Pregnant, yeah. Okay. And pregnant. He brought her into the not in the locker room.
I thought you was talking about Brittany Griner.
Right, no, I didn't say Brittany Griner. I said Brittany Renner. Yo, Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner. She was.
I was like, wait, he brought who?
No, he brought her a couple years ago to Jackson State to kind of put his players on game.
And how women move in the industry. Griner then said video vixen.
That's what made me have to be like, wait a minute.
Oh shit.
Yo, but yeah.
Then you said PJ. All right, my fault.
PJ cut you off.
Shout out to Brittany Griner. I let him dunk.
Yeah, free BG. Free BG and all that. Shout out to the WNBA. But yeah, man.
Free, my nigga.
I know. I just wanted to say that. You know what I mean?
She's been free.
But yeah, man. So.
Nah, shout out to Dion, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for that soliloquy right there.
Yeah, no doubt. It was long-winded and all that, but I think it needed to be said.
That's what we do at Running Point.
Facts. I like that. That was really, 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 really good. Really good. What we got now? I can't. This thing got to find mad small pause. So anyone, we didn't really touch on it, but like to bookends, we started with Jay-Z. We gotta, I would say, end with his counterpart, Diddy, founder of Bad Boy. Take that pause. Now that sounds crazy saying it now.
Oh man,
it doesn't that sound crazy saying it now? Like you can't,
you can't say that no more. Man.
Yo, you can't say that.
Today's.
It's to the point where like a lot of people aren't playing R. Kelly music because of the fact of what he's done. Like now niggas can't say like.
Nah. Don't even put that out in the ether, my nigga.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Don't even put that. That catalog. He works with too many people, my nigga.
I'm just saying. Do we have to discard the talent now?
Listen,
and we can't say.
But then again, right? He ain't write no raps.
Facts. He don't write rhymes, but he writes checks.
Make no beats.
But he writes checks. I don't write rhymes. I write checks.
True. But to that point, I don't know if y'all saw the interview the other day, and I've always had the same line of thinking from Cassidy, where he was like, "Yo, if y'all knew what half of these people did, music would just be turned off." Yeah. Like we just finding out about this. Like this could be something like compared to what other people said.
Yeah, but like, how many accusations are coming out now and like full steam ahead though after this whole Cassie situation? It's crazy.
More?
Yeah, like
I feel
they were saying how the nigga like made it
what's his name?
So Gene Deal, his former bodyguard, he was talking about how like he broke Kim Porter's nose. Another nigga named who wrote a couple of his songs, I think something Curry. He wrote a couple. He was like, someone made a pass at like Kim Porter, and this nigga hit him with a chair. So there's like a lot of shit that is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like Identity Kane has been saying it for years. His former group that he had on MTV.
I seen some Freddie P from the band. I seen an interview recently. He had something to say.
I feel like
cursing out his mom Dukes. You know what I'm saying? We just talked about
seen all of them joints. I thought there was more legal shit that came out.
No. I'm saying. It's probably coming down to him stepping down from Revolt, something that he built from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? With help, obviously.
Number one, niggas sound like it's been and for years when you have gangsters and niggas complaining about you.
Yeah, you know you fucked up.
Something is
like everybody been known or it's been rumored to like, oh, did he put his hands on you?
Allegedly.
You know what I mean? So now he's been doing that to him, but all of that, I hope he gets what's coming to him, right? But like, I feel bad for his kids.
Facts. To kind of get thrown through
like,
drug through it.
Kim Porter is the mom.
And now they gotta listen to all the
like, and you gotta like hear all of this.
Yeah, facts. Especially for your little girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what like what's the like
what's the reason?
And not that it shouldn't come out.
Yeah.
Not that it shouldn't come out to save Diddy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He should get everything taken away from him.
Yeah, this is the result. Like, you wasn't thinking about a lot of the shit. Like, this is the consequence of your action.
Yeah, now the kids got to pay for the father's sins. Like, it's going to be crazy.
I mean, because it even started out, like, with Diageo, like, him and Diageo, the liquor company that, you know, produces Ciroc. Like, that was happening earlier in the year. Then it's like the whole Cassie situation. And then how quickly he settled with her just to kind of save face. So if he did it that quickly, obviously it's true. So how many other stories? And I feel like people are capitalizing on this opportunity. Like kudos to Cassie for like stepping up, being brave and like highlighting it. But it's like, damn, they're really trying to bury Diddy now.
But the thing is, Cassie did it correctly.
Yeah.
She sued or put the name of all his companies and people he worked with, like the where he hold director positions or officer positions or he owned the company. She named all of them.
Yep.
So it's not like we're looking at it as if like, oh, Diddy's like, oh, you about to say this about me, let me settle real quick. No, this nigga had to settle.
Yeah.
And because she settled so quickly, or it was settled so quickly, there's no NDA, so she could still write the book and all of that. That's what some TikTok lawyers were saying. So I may be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I may be wrong, but that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I mean, bro, it's like, damn, another GOAT, one of our GOATs, though. You know what I mean? Like,
so does
a pioneer, so to speak.
Does this effectively kill any Diddy and JD versus?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that nigga Diddy's done.
Yeah,
man.
he's done. He might be,
or he better be.
It might be a while. I would say a while. It's gonna take a while for it to blow over, but
yeah,
he made great music. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not stopping.
I didn't even know that was still going on. Actually,
like they really haven't talked about it. I mean, hopefully they probably can't do it now because it's bad PR. Because I don't know if niggas is gonna Diddy bop anymore. Yeah, as hard as they used to.
JD's like, I dated Janet Jackson. I'm not associating with you, nigga.
But you know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? And the whole like, bro, I don't know. I mean, hopefully it goes on for the culture, but I don't know who's gonna tune into that.
Nah, man. Forget that. Music ain't that important, man. He ain't saying nothing important in his music anyway. Like, if you did all that joint, my nigga, everything gotta be taken away from you. That's everything, my nigga. Fair. And that's you getting off easy.
Yeah.
That's you getting off easy. Like, my nigga, you wasn't a good rapper. You ain't really make no beats. Like, and this is coming from a 90s nigga. So Diddy, like, you know what I mean? Diddy made all of that. That's my era. Like, you know what I mean? That's what caught me on, but I'm not with it, my nigga. Like, it's not like niggas have a issue with R. Kelly because R. Kelly made some great music and he's the author of great music. Diddy just have his name on music. I'm gonna listen to them tracks and not even think about this nigga.
I mean, but he's
remixing other people's music at the time. So
when he's sampling old school music, R&B music,
I don't care.
When he went from Puff to Diddy back to, you know what I'm saying? Like
Papa Diddy Pop.
Yeah, man. Now Love. Well, like, that doesn't really bode too well now, but
I'm not giving this nigga artistic value. We be giving these niggas too much value.
Are you saying that now that these allegations are out, or the fact that like you've already felt this way, always felt this way about Diddy? Because he's always been great. I think he's always been great.
Whether I felt it or didn't feel it before, pause.
Yeah, thank you.
My bad.
I'm not gonna because that nigga was an entertainer though.
It's it doesn't matter to me because like it was never a question of your talent.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not having a debate of your talent. I'm not like, it's not like, oh, Diddy authored some great things that now I can't take part of.
Yeah.
Like, nah, nigga, you financed some shit. You had some other nigga. Mace wrote your verses. I'm not even looking at you as an artist. I'm looking at you as Milli Vanilli, my nigga. Damn. That like before I gave you credit, like, and without a doubt, blah, blah, blah. But I heard all the rumors. I heard everything. At this point, you Milli Vanilli.
And then the fact that like no one like ever paused it, my boy. Like the fact that he had Farnsworth Bentley as his like male like attendant or whatever, a servant or whatever you want to call it. No disrespect. But that was kind of suspect.
I mean, I thought, I mean, looking back, it was just good for TV. Like, yeah, from what I remember, like, the show and whatnot.
But it's kind of sus. So I
mean, looking back, nothing has come out from him, right?
We don't know yet. Not yet. I don't think the money.
That's the type of nigga to come out with a whole book right now.
Yeah, exactly. And capitalize on this. We don't know what's in the works yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the fall of Diddy now. I'm pretty sure they're going to be, you know what I mean? Documentaries are going to come about the rise and fall of Diddy.
Surviving Diddy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it, man.
Sean Combs is accused by Cassie of rape.
I don't know.
And y'all read the whole thing?
Nah, I don't like shit like that. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like dark things anymore. I don't like reading dark things about dark things. It's like, it's crazy. I don't want to talk about dark things anymore. I mean, shout out to like another counterpart or another peer in Jay-Z and Diddy. Pharrell just had his release of his 2024 collection. with Louis Vuitton. It was more of a sailor's theme. I love the fact that what Pharrell is doing. He's probably one of my favorite creatives of all time. I love what he does. And he's now piggybacked off of Virgil Abloh, who recently passed away. Not recently passed away, but his anniversary came up of his passing on November 29th. So I thought it was pretty cool that Louis Vuitton, like, not did a show about Virgil, but Pharrell taking it, and it was in Japan. It was pretty dope. I'm saying a lot, but whatever. That's it, man. I just wanted to highlight Pharrell. This is Running Point, man. I'm DJ.
Ronnie.
Serge.
If you like this episode, click the link in the bio to collect the other episodes in the past, man. But we out of here, man. Peace.
Peace.